of Light and Darkness a fraud deck? Or is it the shiny object everyone loves? Woo, shiny, great deck. Let me tell you something. This deck, it's okay, but it has its problems. But it also has its good parts. In this video, I'm going to tell you everything you know about Ritual Light and Darkness, how to beat Ritual Light and Darkness, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you. This deck has bricking problems, and you can't deal with Asher Bell. However, if you build the deck properly with how I'm going to show you in this video, you can offset those problems and make the deck actually worth the bricks and worth and destroying Ashen Bell as per how it normally does not. So let's get straight into this video. Before we do, the TSX1 Supreme Pro sleeves are back. If you want to be a Supreme Pro, like the 3-time champion right here, get yours down below. Trif 10 for 10% off. You have white sleeves, blue sleeves, pink sleeves. I'm going to rate the colors in order. White sleeves are the best option. Do you want to know why? Because they don't camouflage like these. You want these as your best everyday sleeve. The white sleeve, the best everyday feel for all your decks. These are like for special occasions. You don't want your whole sleeves in blue. The fuck? You want them camouflaging with your Murakumo and with your Ritual Light and Darkness cards? I don't like it camouflaging. This is not a pajama set. This is Yu-Gi-Oh! Sleeves. This is better, okay? Anyways, get yours down below. 10% off using Trif 10. Let's get straight into this video. I'm telling you guys right now, okay? This is the best way to play Ritual Light and Darkness, but listen closely to how I explain everything in this deck list and profile. I don't care if you don't like Dueling Book. You're going to stay in this video and you're going to like it. And you're going to listen very closely. This deck has a lot of great factors about it, but it has a very tough time to Ashen Bell and a very tough time to bricking. Y'all see that whole first row? They're all bricks. That's the problem of this deck. You cannot avoid it. By playing one Mind Shuffle, one less brick, but this deck's combo, I'm going to show you the combos in the video too, literally ends on 2 Mind Shuffle, and if you draw one, you lose. You need each of these rituals. It's like Murakumo Habakiri in the sense, you need one of each. If you want, you can cut each of these to 1 if you want, but now with playing as, you still kind of need 2 for grind game. The Azamina engine, let me say this very clearly, is by far the best way to play this deck. The branded version of this deck has 14 starters and like 12 bricks. Are we being real now? The 14 starters, 12 bricks. Do you guys really want to play a deck with those fucking ratios? It's so ugly and disgusting. It hurts my head to even fucking look at. It's gross. And people want to play the branded version just to throw in Harmonia in there. Let me tell you right now, as Harmonia's biggest hater, it's not that great of a hand trap where you adjust your whole deck. The best part of this deck is the blue cards links. Another reason why I hate the blue sleeves, because they fucking fit with the... I don't like those fucking... What are you going to do? Wear a blue shirt and blue shorts? What are you? A matching pajama set as like a 4-year-old? No, you want it to not camouflage. Same with this. I want the links. Links are the best part of Yu-Gi-Oh! The fusions are the best part of this deck. It's not the... Don't put synchros for the sake of playing Harmonia. And on top of that, if you play the Azamina engine, the bridge, I'm going to show the bridges right now. Even if you don't know anything about Ritual Light and Darkness, I'm going to teach you everything right now. But the Azamina bridge, the other bridge, don't even look at the other bridge or branded. It's dog shit. The Azamina one, if they stop Blackwood, you go demod and still have the bridge. I'll show you the bridges right now before we do, for those that don't know what this deck does. Black Chaos, Griffo, Rag Record of Rights, and Foolish. These are the 10 starters that you could play with this deck, and I'll show you what each of them do. This and Grifo basically do the same thing. They place Mind Shuffle to your field, and Rag the Records essentially does the same. It sends the spell to, reveals the spell to add one of these to get the trap. The Mind Shuffle, whether you play this deck or not, Mind Shuffle is what you need to stop. If the trap gets interacted with, it's over. That part of the engine does fuck all. That's why it's so shit to play with the branded package, because the branded package doesn't synergize whatsoever via protecting the Mind Shuffle at all. The players could wait and just stop the Mind Shuffle and it's over for you. You're playing shit branded without any cards. You're just playing shit version of branded with no fusions. Like synchro brand with no... It's so ass. At least if you have the Blackwood, you could set up a Sylvia to protect the Mind Shuffle. And now we're talking, baby! And even if you use a Sylvia to protect the Mind Shuffle, and they're like, you know what? If I stop the Mind Shuffle with Ash and Sylvia, at least my Ash eats a Sylvia, they'll just reborn it back with this card, which is going to get banned soon. And what the Azamina stuff do is they bridge so well with this. In addition, you could send your bricks if need be, or send Skull Archfiend to search this, and now I'm going to show you guys what this deck does in action. And yeah, you could play some Floodgates if you want to, you can literally search anti-spell, you can get spell canceller on the field, but the deck already has bricking problems, so I'd rather you guys see not play the bricks, because it has bricking problems. If you guys want to avoid the deck, plays 15 hand traps and 2 FNVs, the deck searches FNV every time. You could, if need be, cut one of each of these if you want, but just mind you guys, just keep in mind here, the deck does have, like, if you're playing this deck, you probably want to play, if you're playing a whole big ass package here for the roulette stuff, you definitely, absolutely want to have a grind game with the part of the deck. So this is a little bit of an issue, I guess, but it's fine. If you want to play one of each of these, it's fine, I guess. But for a super grind game, you want 2 of each. The deck has problems bricking, so you might as well just cut it down. It's your guys' choice as player. Do not play the new card that's Overframe. I forgot the name. Someone in my Twitch chat just mentioned it. Please do not play this card, okay? This is another fucking brick to the deck. Someone says, but how are you responding to my trap if I play Farah? Yeah, there's this meme in Yu-Gi-Oh! Where it's like, I just need to add 2 more bricks, and then I can have the ultimate end board. And then, but then there's too many bricks, and then I go back to my normal. You're not building a house here, and you're pretty damn close to build a 5-story house of bricks with this deck. So please do not be adding no Farah the shit card over here. What? Just because it has no fucking pants, you guys want to play this card, you fucking freaks? Don't play this card, okay? Don't play this card. Please. Don't play. I'm pretty close to even siding out these 3 shitters too. The deck already has issues bricking. And when I say issues, monumental levels of bricking. You don't want that to happen. For anyone watching this video on YouTube, or whether you're watching right now on Twitch, how many bricks does Koltun have? 0. How many bricks is this deck? This deck has 8 right now, but in the normal version has 10. So, you gotta offset that. Let me go show you guys now how to play this deck solo mode wise. No links, pendulums, turns. These people are so weird, bro. Anyways. So, I'm gonna show you guys, this is an example here of how you need 2 Mind Shuffle in this style of deck. I'm on 2. Yes, you might not draw it, but when I say this deck is like, if it doesn't go through Mind Shuffle, the duel's over. Like, it's next level. And then on top of that, you could have, you go through 2 Mind Shuffles. I'm going to show you guys 2 versions, 2 combos of this deck. Let's start with Azamina. So let's assume that you have any like Black Witch or Wanted, and then just 4 random cards. So we're going to have 2 random cards here. For this version, you just send 2 random cards to do this. You don't need to send 2, but I'm just going to show you guys just for argument's sake here. And I'll just add like 2 Dominus cards. Okay, so for this, you're going to have 1 Witch and then 2 random cards. So Witch, this is going to be the combo tutorial on how to combo here with Witch, and you're going to see why it's better than having the branded version. The branded version, in order for the branded version to bridge, you need the Synchro 8. So how you stop it is, if you just stop the Synchro 8 with Valor, Imperm, any hand trap in Yu-Gi-Oh! Whatsoever, they can't even get to their engine. And if there's 9 starters in the Azamina, if there's 9 starters in the Ritual Light and Darkness part of the deck, and if the 5 or 6 branded starters get stopped by even like a Valor, how the fuck are you going to play the game of Yu-Gi-Oh? At least with this, if they Imperm Black Witch, okay, well, not here, but typically if you have a spell, like if you start Wanted or something, you can go into Demod, and you can do more things. And so it's just something to keep in mind here. So you do this, you just flip this, effect, get Demod. So it's really not a debate. I'm telling you, if you're going to play this deck, it needs to be with the Azamina stuff. And they synergize better. You could go Black. What if you draw Skull Archfiend? You can go Black Witch, send Skull Archfiend. You could do a lot of synergies with that. You could send your extra Mind Shuffle you have in your hand with this to get more value off. The deck has so many bricks that it's not even a question, is the Azamina version better or the branded version better? It's only the Azamina version. And the deck needs the help. It's not like it's missing... the deck's end board you're about to see is not some auto-win board. It's a good board that's enough to win most of the times, but it actually fucking needs the Azamina engine to do it. Okay. So the bridge is here with souls. You go souls, and you send Black Chaos since it's a spellcaster. Now there's a few ways in how you could do this. You could go, if you want Deception, send one of the monsters, but I'm just gonna show the option here of getting rid of the Fua. Effect here, you're gonna get Hollowed Azamina. If you want to not send a Fua, you don't need to, but this is just an example. Charmings are good in this for this purpose. You go souls here for Anima. It's actually important that you make the link 1. You put these here into Cross Sheep. Go Hollowed Azamina. Go Arcialga. And now I know a lot of people don't like Black Witch because it's like, oh, but you're on solo mode, bro. It's not going to resolve a dueling book, bro. In real life, bro, it's actually the opposite. Azamina stuff is way better in real life as a comparatively to the Synchro 8. I hope my Synchro 8 resolves strategy. With this, there's 2 choke points that they need to stop. They need to stop Demod, they need to stop Black Witch. So that's 2 hand traps that this eats for the engine. Whereas if you use 1 hand trap on the Synchro 8, it stops it. This deck is way better. This version is way better than the other version. It's the last time I'm going to say it, but really it's not even close how much better it is. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying this is a tier 1 deck currently. Roulette desperately needs a ban list. Desperately. For it to be a real deck. But way too many people are thinking it's good because it's shiny object syndrome. Someone said they can also ogre the deception, so they can also ogre any level 4. It doesn't matter. They can also ogre mind shuffle. It's the problem of this deck. It's not Azamina. It's the whole aspect of Ritual Light of Darkness. It's very susceptible to the Ghost Girl hand traps, all of it. But at least this one, they have to deal with 2 cards, not 1. The Azamina stuff, 2 hand traps have to be eaten. A Ghost Ogre and an Imperm versus the other. Even so, if Deception gets stopped, you don't need Deception to do all this. Anywho, so we're going to search Wanted here. Now, we're going to do something very important. I want you guys to pay attention to this. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take Arcialgo and Cross Sheep and go into Protect Code. I know, what the heck? Trif, Protect Code, but trust. Then you can go Hollowed Azamina, put back to Arcialgo. You can go Activate Hollowed, Activate Wanted. If you started with Wanted and not Black Witch, it's the same result. It really doesn't matter. Same result. Search. Send Special Sylvia. Now your plays are insulated. Now you go Firewall Dragon. You remember the anima we made for no reason? We banished the anima and the Cross Sheep. For this, it says banish link monsters whose total link rating is 3 to special this back. We then use the Firewall to add back the Black Chaos. And the combo in the inverse is the exact same way. So if you start with Black Chaos, you just do the exact same thing I'm showing you now. But instead of sending Black Chaos with the souls, you send Black Witch. And then you Selene the Black Witch or Firewall it back. So that's something very cool to note, that's how both engines bridge so cleanly to each other. If you start with this, it's protected. And when you draw 1 of each, you actually have a real Omni Negate to end on, unlike the other garbage deck that loses to 1 single hand trap, the version we're branded. And the Azamina engine gives you so many more starters in addition to that, as well as 3 draws here. So at the conclusion now you have your whole engine. So this is the Azamina part of the deck. And now you just go into the actual Ritual Light and Darkness part of the deck. So now at this point, it should be pretty easy. You just go Black Chaos. Black Chaos to place Mind Shuffle. You go Mind Shuffle to get Skull Archfiend. This is the Ritual Light and Darkness part of the deck for those that don't know. Skull Archfiend and Chaos, when it gets sent to the grave for cost, it sends the spell, which is very good. And then the effect of Skull Archfiend is send the ritual spell from deck to grave, cost, add a ritual monster mentioned on it. So we're going to add, there's the 2 rituals. You're going to want to add the one that adds a spell from grave first. And then you can activate the effect of the spell to add itself back, as well as Black Chaos. And then we're going to activate Light and Darkness. Light and Darkness ritual can also banish from grave, so you're going to banish Demod. You're going to special this. The effect of this adds back a spell from grave. We're just going to add back this for now. Then we're going to use Black Chaos again for a second time because it's not once per turn. So we have 2 Mind Shuffles. There's a reason why we're doing this. And then what we're going to do here is we're going to take the Firewall. Oh, sorry, one sec. Let's do one quick change. We're then going to use the other effect of this. As you see, there's lots of hidden effects of all these, where we're going to put back Demod for next turn. We're going to put back Cross Sheep for next turn. And we're going to put Black Chaos back to deck, summoning this from the grave. And then we're going to link this and Firewall into the new Link 5. The new Link 5, this is where you could send Spell Canceller, I guess, if you want more bricks to your deck, but sending Albion game 1 is perfectly good. To be determined if I'm even going to side Spell Canceller or not if I play this deck for fun. So this will just set you a free FNV. Now, you have a few options. You can go into Charmer to summon some stuff if you want. Like these two can go Charmer. Charmer adds souls. And this is where you can kind of do a few things. Your call, how you want to do it. If you put this and this into Charmer, Charmer adds souls and adds Skull Archfiend, and you could just get rid of Skull Archfiend or have it there. You could also go Dark, Sylvia, Celine, etc. This gets banished. I think that you should at some point. So you can do a few things as you see. This can summon these two. And I would just souls send these two. What's up, Pack? To draw 2. Now, if you have one other card, let's say this did not use a normal summon. If you guys remember, I sent 2 Fuwas. You could have normal summon and also have an SP prior to doing this. So you'll summon an SP and a souls. Having this is kind of just like on the field. And the idea of the deck, now mind you guys, as I said, the deck does brick a lot. However, let's say you are able to play, you will end up with 3 draws. The Sylvia, typically an SP, even though there's 1 card combo I'm showing you Azamina is not ending on this, but you easily end on this. Protection from Super Poly, lots of insulation, FNV searched. So sadly we drew 1, but we just saved that. So it ends up about 5 interruptions with 3 draws always. So we have 2 dominance cards in Imperm. Is this enough? Yes. But if the problem of this deck is through your 3 draws and your other 4 cards you open, if you're not drawing, you're not engine, this deck is not the strongest. If I'm playing on the other side and I have Cool Tune Breakers, I'm eating this shit alive for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But there will be some decks that cannot deal with this deck, unaffected by opponent's effects unless they target this card. There will be some decks that just cannot deal with this. There will be some. What's Mitsurugi doing? It breaks the board, right? But not target. Mix and stuff will make it easier, but there will be some decks that get affected by it, but a lot of good players will eat this alive. That's a problem I have with this deck, but this is your 1 card combo. Now, nothing could be super polyed. I think a better version, well, these 2 could be super polyed. So in order to avoid that, what you guys can do to play around super poly here is if you go into Dark for no reason, turn these into Celine. Celine, summon Souls. Souls gets the 2 draws that you guys just see. And then you go into the Charmer that will be banned one day to resummon the Sylvia. This way, it's safe to say if you got this far, they don't have hand traps. This way, the Sylvia cannot be super poly or this. Yeah, guys, you guys see Pac's comment there? Exactly what I'm saying. And on top of that, guys, when I posted this on Facebook, people were talking shit saying, oh no, it's actually really good. It's really good. No, this deck is fucking dog shit. The deck has 7 to 10 bricks, cards you don't want to open. In addition to that, it cannot play around Ash Blossom or Ghost Spell whatsoever. And it cannot, Ghost Ogre is also very high impact. Those 9 hand traps that more decks are going to be seeing, it's just weak. Like, the deck's so bad to it. Mind Shuffle gets stopped. Archfiend Chaos gets stopped. This gets stopped with Bell. It's very difficult to play. So I think in order for this deck to be good, guys, I think it needs to be a huge Chaos Slop version of the deck. I think it's not worth the bricks personally. But down the line, with a super mega ban list, it has the ability. The end board is also not good enough to merit playing all these bricks. And you do still, like, this is the minimum amount. In my opinion, you will miss a second version of this. You will also miss a second Skull Archfiend, but sometimes you have to just take the deck already has a lot of bricks, so sometimes you just have to say, all right, screw it, I'ma just play like without them anyways, and that's the issue of the deck. I don't know if it has enough juice to merit not playing them anyways. Yes, you could play these as well, guys, but again, the deck already bricks enough. Now, let's say you play the Azamina. Let's say you play the branded version instead of Azamina. The deck now becomes even worse. So this deck has 18 starters with Azamina, and at least the Azamina's double installation, as I said. Yes, you could imperm the Synchro 8 by playing branded, and the deck becomes even fucking shittier. But at least if they imperm Black Witch, you could go Demod. Demod could get souls. You could apply more pressure. So this row of cards you guys are seeing requires 2 interactions to stop. This row of cards, 1. This is too big of a choke point, but for those that already got this deck and spent $2,000 on this deck at highest rarity, don't worry. The deck one day will probably have some more merit. People in OCG cannot deck build for shit. Sorry, OCG players. You guys are the worst deck builders I've ever seen in my absolute life. You need me to save you. OCG decks are the ugliest decks I've ever seen for the last decade and a half of me playing Yu-Gi-Oh! So even though OCG I'm sorry, OCG players, is just true. I'm sorry, but like this deck was the second best deck in OCG rankings for a very long time, and I was very hyped for this deck. But now to see it in TCG and me actually duel against it and play it a little bit, this deck is fucking like it's very annoying to me because I was hoping this deck to be better. I wanted new cards, but the only way this deck is good, guys, OCG is Maxi, we don't. OCG is too scared to play combo slop decks. The only way this deck becomes good is you play this in a combo slop deck with 1 mind shuffle, 1 spell, 1 trap, 1 monster, and maybe even just one of these 2, maybe, and you play it as like you're not minimal bricks. You play lots and cards to offset these in case you draw it. Like if you draw this, you just send it, stuff like that. I think that's the best way to play this, and you might have to play a larger version of the deck. And if you draw this, fuck it, you play another version. Like you guys get what I'm saying? You don't play this, you play other shit. You play Mitsurugi, and as Pac said, they're absolutely Cool Toon best deck. Cool Toon destroying them in the OCG, even with those out there. Now I'm a little more excited for Toon because so far this deck has been disappointing for me. And this is the best way to play it. I would absolutely not play this deck with Branded. Absolutely not. Because this deck with Branded, this at least has 18 starters. Branded has 15 or 14. And the interactions in the Branded version of this is a lot easier to stop than these. And I know the world doesn't like Azamina. But since my Azamina Yummy days, guys, I'm telling you, this is a lot better than you got. Azamina Engine's a lot better than you guys give credit for. Because it's double interaction to deal with. People are too set in the past that Deception is easy to stop, but because of Demod, it's a lot better of an engine than you guys get credit for. There's a reason why if your opponent starts Black Witch, you're sweating balls. Because it's a very good engine with Demod. Very, very good. Trust me, it's very good. It's like 5 bodies and a whole ass negate for free. Not even Dragoon included, with 1 brick, just hollowed. So it's like very good. I do think the engine is heavily underrated because a lot of people just see Azamina and think it's bad. Anyways, so that's the version. That's the way to play a deck, guys. It's the best version in my opinion of how to play it. But again, would I recommend this deck? No, I would not. And this is the super trimmed version of the deck that's still gonna brick and you're gonna want them. What deck would I recommend for you guys? It's Cool Toon. You just can't go wrong, guys. This deck, and this is very weird for a YouTube video, me talking shit about the deck I'm doing a YouTube video on. This is a good deck. It has potential. But, not really. The deck has, if you want to play the deck, how everyone's going to play it with 2 Skull Archfiend and 2 Light and Darkness. Okay? It gives a way better grind. So this is how everyone's going to play this deck. If you check here, guys, this is the whole first row is bricks. So, 10 bricks. It's 10 bricks for 4 interruptions. 10 bricks for 4 interruptions. And it's poor to hand traps. Okay. Can you guys tell me how many bricks Cool Toon has? 0. Can you guys tell me how many interruptions Cool Toon ends on going first? Roughly 15. If all interruptions go through. 12. Give or take. Can you tell me what deck has more non-engine? Cool Tune. What deck's better going first? Cool Tune. What deck's better into hand traps? Cool Tune or this? Cool Tune. What deck's better into boards? Cool Tune. Cool Tune in every metric of Yu-Gi-Oh! Is just better than this deck. In every metric. But I know how Yu-Gi-Oh! Players are. Shiny Object Syndrome. You're going to want to play the new cool cards. And this deck is extremely aesthetic and beautiful looking. That's for sure. So, if you're going to play it, take this version. But that's that. I'm probably not even going to insert these. And don't get me started on Blitzkrieg. It's just ugly. Overframes are nice in the side events. Hey guys, this deck, maybe one day it's good. What if the next upcoming ban, like this deck, at least what it does, you know what makes me excited about this deck, guys? The searchability. The fact that this right here, this right here, they're also accessible in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! They're all so accessible. That shows me serious potential. Maybe one day. Mitsurugi has a lot of bricks, right? It ended up being one of the most played decks ever. So don't be surprised, guys, if one day this deck becomes really good. I'm excited for the potential of this deck, but as of right now, this moment in time, July 1st, don't take it. It's not a good deck. I put this as like the 7th or 8th best deck in my tier list, and I was being nice. It might. I don't think it cracks the top 10, but I think as of right now, it has potential. One day, it'll be good. What if next ban list Cool Tune branded, and Medius? Let's say all three of them get hit badly, like banned or something. Now this deck could have some discussion, like this deck. Maybe we could have a discussion if this deck is good or not. But until that day, don't waste your time with this deck, guys. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Before we end off the video, if you guys want to get better at Cool Tune, get your Cool Tune textbook down below. I'm doing daily classes on Metafy, and use Trif 10 to get 10% off your Supreme Pro sleeves down below. As I said before, white is the best sleeve. I don't want no fucking matching colors and shit. Matching colors is hella ugly in my opinion. And use Pack 10 as well. But mainly Trif 10, baby, because I'm going to get 10 trophies one day. Hope you guys enjoyed this YouTube video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace!